Sue mentioned this, that pretty bad air quality out there. Let's take a look and see what it looks like around here. There's like close to 300 wildfires up in Canada, still out of control. That is the highest number of active fires in the country's history, but most of them are in Quebec.
So, this, like you said, one of the wildfires here. This is in East Ontario?
Yeah, East Ontario. Mm-hmm. So, it's affecting the northern states of the United States of America. So, I don't know what we can do about it. Look at these boxes here. You got Chicago, Illinois, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Detroit, Michigan, and it even reached, it got into the jet stream, and this fire and the smoke is affecting like Portugal and Spain. It's all the way over into Europe now.
Wow.
Come on.
So let's check in with Philadelphia. What are we seeing here?
Hi, Steve.
Well, look at these guys. They're walking. Well, we lost the shot. The guy was next to us. There's a guy walking into the sunrise of Camden across the Ben Franklin Bridge, and there are, believe it or not, people running on the walkway up there. And I always say it's a thrill to do that. It's like, it's free, by the way. You don't have to pay a toll. But there's a guy that must commute, and imagine walking that high up and into that air. And not only that, you're getting the exhaust from the buses and trucks and all the commuters. But people use that walkway, even in weather like this, when they tell you not to be on it. If you're walking one way, chances are you got to walk home, or you definitely have to run home if you're running across. So that is something to do. And these folks, when Bob was talking, I swear they were right next to us. So that guy is moving pretty quick, especially the guy running. But the guy walking, I said, let's see how far he gets, and he'll probably be out of our shot by then. But that is something else to go up that high and go into the air. And then Jared can move over and give you a look at the sunrise. And there's not much of a sunrise because it's hard to see. And that always makes it feel like it's extra hot out, right? Even though the humidity isn't as bad as it's been, with this air quality alert and just being hot and hazy, it just feels sticky. And there you go. So people are walking into that sunrise, choosing to be on the Ben Franklin Bridge walkway. Here is what the city said late yesterday afternoon. They had predicted that they have to declare code red, and that gives you a look at the skyline there. And watch, that's Wilmington, the second skyline, but the Philadelphia skyline got progressively worse throughout the day, and the air got progressively worse as well. So whether you were up in a drone or Skyfox or just shooting from the ground, just look at that. Ugh, that looks like Los Angeles. So here's some of what they said yesterday about possibility of declaring today another bad day.
Given that Canada right now is fighting hundreds of wildfires, we're expecting that it's possible to see this type of event happen throughout the summer, periodically. There's not much that we can do to avoid the smoke that's coming this way. In a larger sense, in a world where we're dealing with climate change, we would expect to see more wildfires, which will lead to more situations like this where we're seeing smoke come through the city and folks have to take those precautions.
So essentially saying get used to it. This isn't the end of it, even if we survive this summer or this week or this round of wildfires. And the fact that Canadian firefighters just say, let it burn, they're not doing any of the backfires that we see in New Jersey. There's no structures threatened because nobody lives up in these other than the wild animals probably that are getting smoked out and fired out of their houses. So there you go. Whether you're walking along the river, which is usually a cooler place to be, or up on the Ben Franklin Bridge, it doesn't feel any cooler. And I guess the best time to be outside is the morning before it gets hotter, hazier, and even worse when it comes to the air quality. We'll see how it goes. At least we're not suffering as bad. And you wondered if the Phillies game would be in jeopardy, because remember, they were canceling baseball games when the air got bad here in Philly and up in New York. But the Phillies at Wrigley still played yesterday, even though that was some of the worst air, and President Biden had flown in to Chicago, coincidentally, on its worst air day of the summer, too.
Yep, they still played last night. We'll see what they do tonight. All right, Steve.